Hi, friends. Thanks for joining me today. I figured this is my first time ever live streaming, but I have some stuff to work on this afternoon. So I'm hoping that if you are here to work, you are also hoping to either get some writing done or get some other work done, just focus. So hi, Elizabeth. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Hi, Heather. Oh, it's so nice to see friendly faces. I'm excited. Have you guys ever been on a YouTube writing live stream before? Hi, Stan! Yay! So many lovely people are here. I really like the streams. There are a bunch of people who do them really frequently, like multiple times a week. At this point, honestly, I feel like the number has gone up a lot. So I have been, checking those out, and I really, really like them. I'm somebody who I get a lot out of other people working at the same time as me, like body doubling is what it's called. I have ADHD, and I use regular YouTube videos to do this too. But it's really nice to have folks in like the chat and everybody talking about what they're working on and cheering each other on. So I was like, I could do that. Let's try. So I appreciate you guys being here with me and trying this out because it looks like Stan and Heather, you have not done this before. So trying something new, yes, and accountability, which is awesome. So what are you guys working on? I'm curious. I think I know what Heather is working on right now. We're working on a YA project. Is that what you're doing today? And what else? What are other people working on? Because I'll tell you what I'm working on. I am doing a outline right now. I was originally going to do some writing. I'm waiting on my edits from my agent right now. She's like reading my book, and I have this idea that I just like haven't been able to get out of my head. So I really want to get it down on paper. I'm not necessarily gonna like write that next, but sometimes when an idea is just like so good and so juicy, like you just have to get it down, or else it completely falls out of my head. So I have a pitch for it, and I think I want to take a little bit of time and just like do a very, very high level beat sheet so I can kind of get what is in my head out, and then we can see what happens from there. Yes, okay, Heather, you're working on YA contemporary fantasy. Ooh, debut novel. That's exciting. Oh, Stan, next graphic novel. I just read Stan's debut, like I think last week. I feel like time is acting really weird in the last few weeks, but it was really, really good. Um, oh, marching orders, lovely. Well, this is exciting. Sci-fi short story. That's my husband who's doing that. So he is a very talented writer, but doesn't write very often. So I'm excited that he is here too and supporting me. You're very sweet, Dell. So I figured we could do like a 25-minute sprint, and then I have like a little thing that'll come up on screen as a timer. And then we could come back together and chat a little bit, and then we could do another one, and then we could check in after two and see if folks want to do more. I typically do longer sprints, but I do feel like with this kind of format, like 25 minutes is a good amount of time. So I can pull that up, and then we could just write um, and work on what we're going to work on. So let me figure out how to do it, and then we can start it up. All right, I'm going to share my screen. So I just found this app from other people who do this setup where it's a focus timer. I normally do YouTube Pomodoros, but this is really nice because there's no music and you can pick your own music. I figure I'll just leave it quiet. So if you guys want to write your own or pick your own music, because what everybody is writing on sounds like it's a little different, so the vibes are going to be a little different. So I will put this on and I'll mute myself so you don't have to listen to me anymore, and we'll check back in 25 minutes. So thanks for coming, guys. Here we go. Okay. That was 25 minutes. How did that go for everybody? I feel like I made a lot of progress on this outline, so I'm excited about that. It's like an idea that I had pretty recently. Um, Also a horror middle grade, that's kind of what I'm drawn to. So that was the focus for me. I feel like the next sprint, I'm going to do a discovery writing session where I write a scene that's kind of been at the forefront of my mind when I think about this book. So that's probably what I'm gonna be tackling next. But yeah, how many words did you guys write? Was that productive and helpful? I was curious, what are you up to? It looks like yeah, 448 words. That's a lot of words. I know everybody has, like, a different, definition of how fast they type and what a lot of words are per sprint. But I think, like, 448 is yay for new ideas, Heather. And hi, Ian. Welcome. 1/3 of the way through, Stan, that's amazing. Yeah, I suspect given what you're doing, word count is hard. When I first started writing, I kept an Excel spreadsheet of how much I wrote each day, and that only really worked when I was just drafting, and then, like, when I started revising, I had to ditch the spreadsheet because it no longer made any sense because there was no way to keep track of the word count, but I miss being able to be like, "Oh, I wrote X amount of words across the whole year." Um 300 to 400 words in like 25 minutes is very solid, especially depending on what stage you're in too. I feel like that plays a big role. So that's great. Yeah. The outlining element is just kind of all over the place. I'm doing like a very high level beat sheet. It's kind of like a modified Save the Cat with a few extra beats called out. Um, so that's no real words counted for me, but I do think in this next sprint I'll see how many I wrote for the scene because I just want to get that out and I'll be curious what it ends up. Oh no, Heather, I'm sorry about Scrivener. I'm surprised though, because I feel like it's a solid app. I feel like I haven't had too many problems with it. Um, Stan, third pass through. That's you're in the final stages there. That's really exciting. I do wonder, given how far into the process you are, like, are you getting fatigued at all with the content? I like, obviously, graphic novels have a lot of overlap with non-graphic novels, but I do wonder if some of it is different because, like, I assume you're also looking at the pictures. You're gonna have to tell us because I'm very curious about your, process. I always love your videos where you talk about your work. Oh, good, Heather, I'm glad it all saved. Yeah, I also ignore the updates. I feel like every time I open Scrivener and it's like, "Hey, do you wanna update?" Like, "No, I wanna just write. That's what I'm here to do." So, a good reminder for us all to, get it together and work on it. Oh, okay, okay. I see. I thought you were working on a different project, but this is the new project, and so you're in your 3rd pass of the synopsis. Now I'm tracking. That's exciting. All right. I'm thinking we go into another 25-minute sprint and we can all go. Are you guys switching up what you're doing or the same sort of progress? Because I'm gonna switch to the discovery writing stuff that I was talking about. Just I have this one scene in mind where basically my main characters are going to stop other characters from egging someone's house because it's set during Halloween. So Halloween is such a good time to set a book, and it's very weird to be thinking about a Halloween set book in the first week of February, but kind of fun. One of my favorite times of the year. So that's what I'll be working on. But let me pull this up. Oh, Peter Cadaver, Stan, that's great. That's really fun. All right, I'm gonna hit skip break and we are gonna go from here. All right, Heather, I will talk about the discovery writing after this sprint. How about that? All right, I'm gonna hit start. Oh, just kidding. Let's try that again. Okay, here we go. All right. Yay for middle grade horror. And Halloween is our favorite holiday. Yeah, me too. Halloween is definitely up there for me. All right. I will see you guys in 24 minutes roughly. Okay, another 25 minutes. I hope that went well. How did it go for you guys? I ended up with, hold on, let's see what the final word count was because I just did it in the outlining document instead of starting a new thing. 172 words. So not too shabby. The discovery writing to answer Heather's question from earlier. I used to be a pantser and now I'm solidly a plancer. Like I like to have a plan, but I like to leave a little bit of room to write whatever. And a friend of mine told me that I should try discovery writing during the outlining, so that way I can get some of that out beforehand to make the plan stronger at the very beginning. So we're trying that approach, but we'll see how it goes. I really liked this scene. It was fun to write and like fun to play with these characters and hear their voices and kind of figure out some stuff. So I'm excited to see where that goes and when I'm gonna write this and all that stuff. Um, oh, Stan, you were reading out loud. That's a smart thing when you're going on a third pass. Love that for you. 265, love it. 398, awesome. And Stan, you're 3 paragraphs from the end, but they are the most problematic paragraphs. That's always the way. I feel like the hardest is always the last part. But that sounds like you guys are doing really well. I'm glad that this has been helpful. I really like this setup of getting to do like a little get together and a little chat. It's always fun when folks get to work together. Um, how would you define what you're trying to do in discovery writing? I think for me, I get a lot of feedback about who the characters are and what their voices sound like. Really helpful for me. So a lot of times, like I will write things when I'm discovery writing that don't make it, but they help inform me. And I don't typically do it at the beginning. I typically do it while I'm writing. Oh yeah, Heather, that's basically you and I are on the same page. Like you said it right after I did, or I said it and I didn't see what you had written. I when I discovered do full and I have generally like I have to and let myself feel away. Now, for and um, I don't really sorry sorry guys. Hold on one sec. Shoot. Hold on. Okay. Is this better? Sorry. It's the AirPods. It's hard. Okay, cool. Anyway, I really like it for getting to figure out who characters are, and I think it would probably be helpful for me to do it for world building too. Although that tends not to be my favorite part of writing, really the characters are. And I love character voice and dialogue. Dialogue is some of my favorite stuff to write. I think that's just something that comes a little bit more naturally to me, and I get more enjoyment out of it. So that's kind of how I use discovery writing, but I know a lot of people do it for a lot of different things and they do it in a lot of different ways. So sometimes it's just sitting down and trying something where you have no idea. Like you could do full pantser mode and figure out something and get some inspiration from that. Yeah, Heather, thank you. Yeah, it would not be a live stream without technical difficulties. But I'm glad that this was helpful, Stan. Yeah, I'm sorry about your dog, and I'm glad that your dog is doing better now. It's always really hard when you have a loved one and a pet who, is dealing with some health stuff, especially given how it happened. So I'm really glad he's okay. But yeah, so thank you for joining me, guys. I'm probably going to end it here because I've got some other stuff to get done. But this was really productive for me, and I hope it was for you. And hopefully, we can do some more of these. I think this was really fun. So, bye, everybody. I hope you have a good rest of your day. And yeah, hopefully, we'll see you on here soon.